Naimisaranya rishis were extremely happy on hearing Parvati Kalyan Vaibhav. They looked at Sudha Mahamuni and said, "Great sage, the most fortunate one, we are also eager to know as how, after Lord Shiva and Parvati Devi's marriage got over, got a son and how he killed Tharagasura. Explain to us that also in detail." Sudha Mahamuni began to say, "Sages of Naimisaranya, after Lord Shiva married Parvati Devi, he went to Parvati's Antapura and was much happy for a long time. Devas, who were much troubled by Tharagasura, were waiting for the creation of Shiva Kumar, son of Shiva, to kill Tharagasura. They were very eager to get rid of their miseries, but they were much worried as they did not get an opportunity to meet Lord Shiva, who was in Devi's Andapura, and talk to him regarding this. After long years abusing themselves, decided somehow to put an end to Tharagasura's torture. They went to Agni Dev and requested, "Agni Deva, after Lord Shiva married Parvati Devi, he still did not create a son to destroy Tharagasura. You are the best among all of us. So, on behalf of all of us, you should go and meet Lord Shiva and tell him our miseries and ask him to show a way to kill Tharagasura." Agnideva had no heart to postpone Deva's request, so at once he took the form of a dove and went inside the Antapura where Lord Shiva was there. Lord Shiva is the Andaratma residing within all Atma or souls. That Shankara looked at the dove form and said, "Who is he who has come in the form of dove? Let him bear my vigor." Saying so, he expelled his vigor. Agnideva, who was in the form of dove, held it in his mouth and flew away. But he could not fly continuously, bearing the heatness of Shiva's vigor. So he dropped it in river Ganga. Ganga river also could not bear it. She left it in Darba grass. From that vigor that was left in the Darba grass appeared Tirumuruga in the Kumara Rupa, such a beautiful, having power to bless all with all wholesomeness at once he sees. At that time, the 6 royal young girls who came there to bath saw the child, and each one said, "This is my child, this is my child." Saying so, they fed the child. At that time, God Kumara Muruga turned into 6-faced God and was with the 6 royal young girls. That is why Lord Muruga is called Shanmathura, which means son of 6. He also got the name Arumugam, meaning 6-faced. Parvati Putra, Agni Putra, Skanda, Ganga Putra, Saravana Baba, Shanmathura were the different holy names Subramanya attained with meaning. The 6 Kritika girls brought him up with much love, thinking him to be their son. Narada Muni announced to the Devas the birth of Muruga, and he being brought up with much affection by 6 young girls. They were much happy to hear this. They all came at once to Lord Shiva and prayed to him. On getting his order, they appointed Subramanya as their commander-in-chief. They led an army to Tharagasura's capital, Sonitapuri, invited him for war, and fought with him terribly for 10 days. Lord Kumara, Sri Subramanya, killed Tharagasura and succeeded. In that war, except for the Asuras who ran away, rest were all killed. The war of Sonitapura did good to all the worlds by killing all the wicked people and making all the good people to live. All devas and sages reached the Shiva shrine along with Subramaniam, who killed Tharagasura and attained success. They prayed to Lord Shiva, and as an act of showing greatness to him, prayed and said, "Devadeva, Mahadeva, Visveshwara, Paratpara, Para, Varata, Bhava, Bhuvana, Anandabala, Budhanada, Samhartha, Gangadhara, Triambaka, Trisuladhara, Khabartini, Paramatma, Dandadhara, Veda Mantra Pradhana, Srishti, Titi Sanghara, Natha, Arupa, Swarupa, Nilaganda, Vibhudidari, Meru in all mountains, moon in all stars, Vasishta in all Maharshis, Omkara Rupa in all Vedas. Swami, it is you who save us from the miseries of samsara. Mahaprabhu, we like to serve you. What service we do for you? What is your order?" They stood praying to him. Maheshwara, who was much happy to hear their prayers, said, O immortal and sages, whenever miseries come to you all, I will wipe them and get rid of them immediately and protect you all. You always think of me and pray. He looked at them and said so with mercy and compassion. All said they will do so and prayed to him and started to their respective places. They did Shiva Puja always and led a contentful life. Suta Mahamuni said so. Rishis of Naimisaranya requested to him, Sudha Muni, you are capable enough to be prayed doing puja. After the death of Tharagasura, say us in detail what happened. Sudha Mahamuni began to say with much excitement. Tharagasura, son of Thara, was killed by Lord Muruga in the war front. Tharagasura had three sons, Vidyunmali, Tarakakshan and Kamalakshan. They began to do severe penance. They stood in one leg for 100 years, from earth for 100 years, had air as their food for many, many years, with much heat emanating from him for many years, stood upside down for 1,000 years, stood lifting their hands up for 100 years. They did such a different types of severe penance for many, many years towards Brahmadeva. Though the people who do penance are Tharagasura's sons, and they are descendants of the wicked asuras, their penance was much great, and the jwala that arises from that Agni might even destroy the world. So Brahmadeva appeared before him and asked, Why do you all do such a severe penance? What boon do you all need? For that those asuras requested, O Srishtikarta, we should not be killed by any living being. Give us that boon. Brahmadeva replied, People who did penance, I cannot bless you all with this boon that you all have asked now, because you all are not fortunate enough to live forever without death. So ask me something else that you all are fortunate with. I'll give you all that. At once those three asuras said, Four-faced God, we need 3 flying towns made of gold, silver and iron to go to places we wish and for traveling. Those 3 towns should come together once in 1,000 years. At that moment, if anybody is capable enough to destroy the 3 towns in one arrow, then we will die only by him. Give us that boon. Brahmadeva blessed them with that boon. He called the builder Mayan and ordered him to make 3 towns with gold, silver and iron and give it to 3 sons of Tharagasura and then disappeared. Mayan did the same and gave the golden town to Tarakakshan, silver town to Kamalakshan and iron town to Vidyunmali. Of that he made the golden city Kanchanapuri in Swargalok, Rasidhapuri in center and Ayakapuri in earth. To enable them to travel, he made a Yantra Sutra. Each town was 1 yojana in area. The 3 asuras gave him so much of gifts and honored him and gave send off to him. Then they went to their respective towns. They had in it army of elephants, chariots and horses. They also had Karpagavriksha. They created in it park, raised platforms, the moon path, painting industries, vimanas like the solar system, vimanas made of ruby stones, vimanas like Kailash peak, and places where many scouts and siddhas stay, Shiva temples, ponds, wells, palanquins, places of concerts and streets. The Asura family, along with their Pativrata wives, shifted to their towns and performed all their daily karmas as said in the holy text. They were much happy about leading a superior life than earlier. There were different types of Asuras there. Gopis, Sandavans, short ones, tall ones, Samarthas, Atirathas, Artharats, Matharats, Asuras who do Shiva Puja, Asuras who pray to Brahmadeva, and Asuras who got various boons, all were there. Few Asuras were in equal in power to Sun God, Vaidev and Indradev were also there. Though the people in that Tripura were Asuras, Veda Sastra were in complete full form there. Those towns were so bright, Devas hesitated to appear and stand before that. Devas and Rishis felt ashamed for this reason. As per the boon they requested, those towns had the power to move from one place to another. Like that, when the 3 towns moved from one place to another, crores and crores of living beings died. Devas who were surprised on seeing the excellence of those towns now were stuck with grief and got much angry as they could not do anything against it. Not able to withstand this, Devas and Rishis went to the creator Brahmadeva and said their grief.